we're recording. Okay, so tonight's topic is creating great content. I stole this PowerPoint from Megan Zernicki, but I've added a lot of stuff to it, so you'll have some new nuggets if you listen to her call. I don't know if any of you did or not, but probably not because it was in her downline page. So just giving credit where credit's due. So creating great content. A couple things I want to say about content. Content is king, in my opinion. You've probably heard the saying content's queen, but I think it's king. I think it is one of the most important things in our business. One of the hardest things in our business to just constantly be coming up with content to share and add value. One of the most stressful things as coaches to put out there on social media. But even more than content being queen, did I say king? I meant queen. Is consistency. Consistency is king. I got those backwards, I'm sorry. Consistency is king. And so you can be posting one time a day, and if you're consistently posting one time a day, every single day, that's good. Like, consistency means that you are showing up every single day. But if you're doing one post a day here and then skipping a couple of days, and then you're doing 4 posts a day and then 5 posts a day, and then you don't even post over the weekend, that is not consistency. So while content is queen, consistency is king. So I just want to drill that into you guys. That's the one thing that I feel like has been the driver in my business is consistency. I believe in it and I will preach it. Y'all hear me say it all the time, that if you can be consistent in this business, doing the vitals, consistent sharing your journey, consistent working out, you will be successful. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So a couple do's and don'ts, okay? We'll go over the don'ts first. Don't post stock photos. Those are so salesy and yucky and not cool. So always be sharing your journey with the program, sharing your journey with Shakeology, sharing your journey in life, but don't share those Google images and the stock photos from Beachbody. Don't post your link at all, ever. Ugh, yucky, 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 salesy. And you don't want to look like an ad. I think y'all know this already, but just putting it out there. Be very cognizant of, is that how you say that word? I think it is, of sharing other people's content. It's called OPC, other people's content. You'll hear the gurus using that acronym. But especially other coaches. And the one reason I say that, I know on our team, we try to support other teammates by sharing their stuff, especially, no, I don't want upgrades right now. Bye-bye. By supporting them and sharing, their transformations or an awesome post that they did or whatever. And that's great. I'm not saying don't do that, but just be careful of what kind of stuff you're sharing from other coaches, because what that does is it drives people to them. It drives traffic to that person, that page. And you don't want to do that. You're just giving them your customers, basically. So I'm very hesitant to share content for that reason, because I want it to be about me, and I'm not doing that in a selfish, salesy way. I want people to see my story and hear it from my mouth as opposed to somebody else's, so that I become that voice in their head when they're thinking, oh, health and fitness, Sarah Lenore. Yeah, I need to go to her, talk to her. She's the expert, or I trust her because I've heard her story over and over again. I think it's cool to share pages content that's relatable to you and your story, and I'll get into more of that later. But for example, pregnancy or breastfeeding, I can share topics or articles on that kind of stuff because it's relevant to me and what's going on in my journey. So just a little tidbit on that. Don't be controversial, politics, that kind of stuff. Keep those stronger opinions to yourself. This versus this is good because it stirs up conversation, but just be very careful about what kind of topics you're putting out there. I know breastfeeding is a huge one, natural birth versus C-section, and I only know a couple of these because I've recently been there in my season of life. But people have very strong opinions about breastfeeding. So it's one of those that you'll get a lot of feedback and comments on. So just know that going into it if you're going to be posting about something controversial. And then obviously don't be inconsistent. And that's what I opened with not being consistent in your posting. So here's a couple of the do's. do be consistent. Post 3 to 5 times per day. And I'm going to walk you through kind of some systems for planning that content and having a plan. Keep it positive. If you're having a horrible day, nobody wants to hear about it. Don't air your dirty laundry out on Facebook. Keep it positive, because negativity attracts negative people, and those are not going to be people that want to join your challenge groups, that want to join your team, or that you even want on your team. So, you know, just wait till you've cooled down. Be you and be authentic. So don't try to be somebody that you're not. So creating posts with a plan. So here's a couple of tips. Have a place to store your post ideas. So whether it's a Facebook group that you just have for yourself and you can just share different stuff in there, a Google Doc that you're copying and pasting links to different posts, a notes section, screenshots in your photo albums, and you can organize photo albums to, you know, these are like potential posts or whatever. Or a saved post list. I do this all the time as I'm going through the newsfeed and I see a good post that I can use for inspiration, I'll save it. And then it goes into your little saved. I showed you guys in this picture down here, saved right there, and I can click on it and it'll pull up everything I've saved, and I use that for inspiration. I also recycle old posts. So on this day, which is right underneath that, if you've been posting a while on Facebook, I've been doing this for 5 years, so I have a history, and every day I go and look at what did I post last year. And this is why it's important if you're on your personal page, because it only pulls up your personal page, and or if you tagged yourself in a post from like your like page. If you tagged your personal self, it'll pull that up too. It's not going to pull up your business page, like page stuff on this day, but that's why I say tag yourself and stuff if you do have a like page. So anyways, it pulls that stuff up, and you can recycle your content. Use it over and over and over again. So I'll find stuff that I did last year. I'm like, oh, that was really good. And just put it with a new picture that's more recent and relevant. And then look to others for inspiration, not to copy. I know I see y'all, some coaches copying my posts, and I'm cool with it. I don't care if you copy my stuff, but, Danielle Fit and Funky or Raina Odell or these other leaders out there, they might care. So don't copy people's posts. Use them for inspiration. Kind of feel how they're posting and what they're saying and how they're saying it, and put it into your own words with your own picture and your own style and your own flair. But what you can do here is set up friends lists. It's very similar to the inspiration list, and I can show you guys after the presentation how to do this. But it's essentially setting up an interest list again, which they kind of did away with. I don't know if y'all know that they did that or not, or even what I'm talking about, but we can talk about that later. And you can, it's down here under photos. And so you just click create friends, and you can create your friends list. You can put challengers on that list. You can put potential coaches on that list. And it's just an easy way to keep up with people, and it only pulls their stuff into the news feed. So I use a friends list for inspiration. I can click on that, and I can just pull up people that I'm following, and it's not Beachbody coaches, it's other fitness people, it's other breastfeeding sites, pages, things like that. You can also search hashtags. I do this a lot too, like especially with 22-minute hardcore. Like I'm doing that program now, and so if I search the hashtag 22-minute hardcore, 22-minute 8-minute heart MHC, it pulls up anyone that's ever posted about that workout with that hashtag. And so it just gives you ideas of like, well, what are they saying about this workout? What are they posting about? And it gives me ideas on what I can say about it. If you're having like a brain fart that day and you don't know what to say. But always give credit where credit is due, like with your recipes, or if you're, usually it's recipes that you might be sharing, that unless you've added your own ingredients and really tweaked it, give credit where credit's due. And then for having a plan, also, scheduling posts. If you work full-time, Buffer and Hootsuite, I believe both of those are free, but you can schedule posts to go out when you can't physically post. Obviously, organic is way better. It's going to get way more preference in the news feed with the Facebook algorithms, but you can always schedule. It's better than not having any posts at all. But that being said, you don't want to just post to post. So here's a little, you might have seen this before, but here's just a sample, and I encourage you to screenshot that. You'll have access again to this recording and whatnot, but here's just a sample of kind of some weekly posting ideas. This is also on my Google Drive with some other social media examples of what to post. But it's easy when you can keep it kind of a theme, or have like an idea of what you're posting every single day or week. I think Melissa Litchfield created this, so giving credit where credit's due. But it's a good one. I mean, every Friday it's something, some kind of photo of something you love, or Flex Friday, or whatever. So you can look at this and erase it, make it your own, what have you. Okay, next is the posting plan. Okay. I follow one from Josh Coates that I did a training with him, and I loved his system, and it's kind of been the one that I've stuck with because it forces me to post about coaching, because none of us post about it enough, especially newer coaches, because you're like, well, I'm not inviting to coaching. I don't even have a team yet. I'm not even a coach yet. Like, I'm still learning the ropes. So he encourages you to post about two lifestyle posts a day, one fitness, and one added value. And then every Tuesday is a transformation, every Thursday is a transformation, and every Sunday you're talking about coaching. So I kind of made it my own plan off of what he does. I talk about Shakeology on Mondays, transformation on Tuesdays, workout on Wednesdays, sometimes Monday and Wednesday flop, coaching on Thursdays, workouts on Fridays, Shako, you see it. So pick one day a week and schedule in that like value added post. So while we are coaches, we're also so much more than that. We're more than our workouts. We're more than Shakeology. So don't get in a rut with just post. That's why we say post 3 to 5 times a day, so that you're not constantly posting about fitness and health, because there's so much more to you than that. So look to Pinterest. There's a ton of stuff on Pinterest, so I'm going to go into more detail about this. There's recipe sites, there's the hacks, there's the to-dos. For example, if you think of crock pot cooking, how many of you think of Allison Hollinger? I do, because I see her videos every day. She has become the crock pot like meal prep queen, and she talks about it every single day. I feel like I have become, or have tried to become, the abs, like get your abs back after a baby queen, and I try to do a video every week about abs and how I've gotten them back after having 2 kids. Maybe you are the hair fixing queen, and you can fix your hair looking awesome after a workout and awesome for like date night. Like you know the tricks to get it not to crease and not to crimp, and how to curl it the right way, and how to get rid of the sweat look. Maybe your thing is going green with all your cleaning products. Like you're the green mama and you like to go green with everything. So you got to find your thing that's outside of the workouts and the Shako and the transformations and all that other stuff. Okay, so that's what I really want to focus on this call. I think we all have our workouts down. We talk about that a lot. We have the shakes down. We kind of talk about that a lot. But what else are we? We're moms. We're baby wearing. We're breastfeeding. We're organizing 3 kids' schedules. So what else can we talk about? So I made a list of what's your value added. So where are you going to add value outside of the Beachbody, outside of the workouts and stuff? I kind of just threw some thoughts up there. We can run through them real quick, but gardening, and growing herbs and flowers and how to use them in your house and vases or in recipes or whatever. Maybe you're the baby wearing mama, and you talk about being a mama on the move, and you're doing workouts with your baby, you're doing whatever. And I don't know how many of you on the call have actually had a baby and you're still baby wearing. I can only think of Melissa Litchfield, but cooking and healthy recipes, and maybe you're like, okay, every Wednesday I'm going to do 5 ingredient fix, and there's only 5 ingredients in this recipe, it's super easy. Or you're the how you reuse leftovers, that's your thing, your value added each week. Maybe it's DIY crafting and how you upcycle furniture, or those holiday crafts that you do with kids, or maybe it's photography and you talk about different lighting and shades and filters. I don't know. But again, you have to find something that makes you different than every other Beachbody coach. Because if you look at that posting schedule on the previous slide, I was talking about workout, Shako, transformation, coaching. That's every Beachbody coach. That's all of us. So we have to position ourselves in a way that we're different. Meaning, if you look, like when I think of this one over here, fashionista, makeup, hair lover, I think of Jessica Denton. Like, she's always talking about fashion, her nails, her cute little outfit of the day, you know, getting her hair done. Like, I think of, she's a fashionista in my eyes. So that's like her thing. Like, she's become like the expert at that. So what else can you become, or if you don't have an expert thing yet, what can you become the expert at? Is it organization and how you multitask chores, or how you organize the pantry and the closets, or your coupon book, or how you hit the grocery store on certain days to hit the sales, whatever. And then you can, go elaborate from there, and we'll go into more detail about that. Maybe it's adventure and travel, and you're sharing your vision through travel. If y'all know, one of my success partners is Emma Whaley. Emma Lee Whaley is her name, and she's like in Australia right now, and she travels all the time, thanks to Beachbody, and she's been doing this longer than I have. But that's like her thing. Like, she shares her vision and passion for life through adventure and travel, and it works. It recruits for her. It makes her the expert at that. Maybe you're a mom of boys, and this is just an example, but you have tips for raising boys, or sneaking in veggies, or how to get down and dirty, or whatever. Pregnancy, breastfeeding, runner, marathon, you share your training habits. Fashionista, relationship goals, marriage tips. Maybe you married your high school sweetheart, and you can become the expert on that, and you can talk about how important communication is in a relationship, and those can be one of your posts each week. Faith and how you relate scripture to fitness in present day, or how you're a Christian on the street, whatever. Financial tips, maybe you have a financial background and how you've paid off debt, or you've saved for college funds for your kids, or whatever. But what is your value added? Like, you have to find something that makes you different than every other Beachbody coach out there. So let's talk about some content then. So once you have your value added thing, now you have to put it out there, right? So this is where you're going to have to spend some time outside of this call and figure out what that is. But video is huge. And if you don't already know that, you will after this call, but it's huge. Video is going to get the most preference in the newsfeed. Facebook's going to give you the most attention. You're going to get the most engagement from the people on your pages. I know Alicia's been doing a lot of video lately. Allison obviously is like the video queen. So if you have questions, ask her. I try to do a video every single day. I need to post in 5 minutes. I have it ready to go. But that's how you're going to add that value in. That's how you're going to sneak it in, whether it's recipes or the how to organize this, how to organize that, whatever. The how-tos, the hacks, or it's workouts. Try to fit in a video every single day. Every single day I want to challenge you. And if you can't do every single day, start small and just do once a week. But you'll work up to that every single day. So those of you that I can see some eyeballs like, I'm not going to do it every single day. Then just focus on once a week, because if you can just do any, it's better than nothing, okay? Going live and announcing prior that you're going to go live. Allison can probably talk more about that when we get done with this presentation, because she is so good at it and she's done a training on it. But that's the first person that comes to mind with going live. Like, she's really good at it. She does it every single day. And I know that it has done leaps and bounds for her engagement and connecting with people, which will lead to the invitation process, to building your business. Because honestly, if you're not consistent, then people don't trust you. If you don't have content that you're being consistent with, you're not connecting with people. And if you're not connecting with people, you're not inviting them to anything. And if you're not inviting them to anything, then you don't have like a team or a group, and you're not going to grow your business. So you can see how important this part of the business is. Use the apps. Pick Play Post is a great app for videos. I use iMovie. I love it. Try to refrain from using like the time lapse. It makes you go way too fast, and it's really hard to slow it down. And people are like, "What was that?" It's really hard for them to see what it is you're doing. In iMovie, you can speed it up to like I think 2 time, and that's usually fast enough to get you through it. I think hyperlapse, I didn't put it on here, but hyperlapse is another one that you can record in that speeds it up where it's not too fast. Splice, Movie Maker, always film horizontal. When you film up and down, it's hard to fit it into these apps, but horizontal gives you the best picture. And then just keep in mind that when you are going through all these apps, you do iMovie and then you put it up into Pick, Play, Post, it's going to continue to degrade the what's the word I'm looking for? The quality of the video. So it's going to make it where it's like blurrier and blurrier and blurrier. iMovie is the only one that will download an actual video that you've recorded from your phone in 1080 HD. So that might be the best bet if you have an iPhone. I don't know if Samsung has iMovie. Sorry, I have an iPhone, so that's why. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Keep your videos under 1 to 2 minutes. If it's a workout video, if it's a how-to video, keep it really short and sweet. People don't tune in any longer than that. Keep your live videos under 3 to 5 minutes. Shorter is sweeter. People get, like I said, they don't hang on till the end unless you keep their attention, which is really hard to do. But keep them shorter and sweeter. And then don't just post your workout. Don't just like post the video or post the picture, the sweaty selfie, because again, I'm trying to push us outside of the sweaty selfie. I'm trying to push us into video, but share like the story, share the story behind it, the struggle, like what happened during that workout that made you push harder or made you feel like a failure or made you feel really good. How did that workout make you feel? Did you up your weights this week? Did you get one more rep in? You know, like talk about what's going on in the workout, not just posting a video and being like, I got my workout in, or posting that sweaty selfie that's like, I worked out, did you work out? It's like, people want to hear more than that. They want to hear more than just the workout, more than just, I'm drinking my shake. They're like, okay, cool, what's in it? You know, like, why are you drinking the shake? How is the shake? Is it delicious? Did it help you poop today? Did it make you feel better? Like, why are you drinking the shake? So you're more than just a workout and a shake. Okay. So here's some examples. I wanted to show you guys, you know, some examples. So Fit and Funky, I love her. I follow her. She went live and she, did I skip a page? Well, I'll get into engagement. So she went live and asked her audience, said, hey, help me choose the next program to do. And she had her whole like script laid out. She was like, okay, I've narrowed it down to these 2 workouts. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's why I've narrowed it down to these 2 workouts. What do you think? And oh my gosh, I mean, obviously she's a public figure, so people go crazy when she goes live. But I thought that was a cute way to kind of like talk about fitness, but talk about your own goals and get your audience involved. Raina Odell, if you follow her, I guarantee you none of her posts are longer than that. That's how much text she has in any of her posts. So you can see it doesn't have to be this like long drawn out story, thought out kind of post. She just says, I had fun today. I used to spend hours in the gym. Fun isn't a word I'd use to describe it. My gym is cooler than yours. And she just did a 50-second or less than a minute video. Danielle's was Fit and Funky was like 7 minutes long, and I watched it actually till the end, and she was like doing the hamster wheel. She was like repeating herself over and over again, and I'm like, okay, you need to end it. So she needed to end it like at 5 minutes. So keep it, you know, short and sweet. And then I just showed one that I did because I kind of killed like 5 birds with 2 stones with this video. With video, people are going to watch it. So if they're already going to watch it, then put some good text in there. Put some good like verbiage in there that you can grab their attention on. Ask them a question. Tell them, like I said, how you're feeling, how you made it through your workout. I talked about the lifesavers, like this 22-minute workout and lunch all got done in less than 30 minutes. And that's pretty wow. Like most moms would be like, holy cow, I need that because it's only under 30 minutes. And I can't use like no time as an excuse. Busy mom win, and I even added in extra weights today because I'm feeling stronger and I needed the challenge. So I kind of told people, you know, about my workout, like how I'm feeling from it. And then I asked a question. I ended with a question. I always encourage to end your post with a question. I mean, not always, but that's going to help get engagement. People like to answer questions, especially the like, which one would you pick? So speaking of engagement, Content engagement. Here are some ideas for how you can, now you're going to kind of figure out what your value added is. So you've got all your posts, you've got workouts, you've got Shakeout, you've got coaching, you've got transformations, and your value added stuff. So now how can you get engagement on those posts? Well, you can ask questions, yes or no, ask for a vote or a poll, poll your audience, get opinions, share progress, because people love to see progress. They love to see your struggles too. They love it when you're vulnerable and you're real and raw. And then when you tag everybody back in the comments, it also gives you more engagement, more eyes on your stuff, because now they're getting tagged in it, their friends are seeing that they're tagged in it, and it just keeps going in the newsfeed. And then ask for tags to meet new people. So if you're planning a trip to California, or if you're going to Disney next week or whatever, has anyone else gone, or will you tag someone that you know that lives there or has been there? We're planning a trip this summer, yada yada. And then you can go back to those people and say, hey girl, thanks for your input on my new shoes. Or if you did which shoe would you pick? You can send some kind of message that's like, hey, thanks for commenting on that. I'm going to go with that one. I've really upped my workouts and wear through them quickly. I saw You can read that. But it's just, these are ways to engage now on your posts that you're putting out there. So I wanted to share some examples of progress because I thought these were really good. And I'm picking on Alicia because I've been working with her. She's going to be starting a like page, and I've been working with her on some posts. But people love to see you. Okay, so remember, we're talking about you, not just your sweaty selfie or your picture of your face. They want to see the change. And so I thought she did a really good job here. This post got a lot of engagement, that she was really proud of herself for losing weight, and talked about, some personal feelings that she had about that. So it was a really good post. And then her other one was, progress that she had to go buy some new dumbbells and move up from the 5-pounders. And I thought that was a cute post too. It got a lot of laughs and engagement. And then the side-by-side, like people love to see the, even if it was from a year ago, even if it was from last week and you've lost 2 pounds or your jeans all of a sudden fit or whatever, people love to see the side-by-side, like transformation or struggle journey, that you're overcoming something. So get used to sharing stuff like this, these transformation pictures. I've been doing it for the past 3 weeks. I think I talked about it on that follow-up Friday video. For like the past month, since I've been doing 22-minute hardcore, I've been sharing transformations, and I've been talking a lot about my own journey, and it is really connecting me to my audience. It's really putting me on a deeper level with them because they're learning my struggles. They're learning what I'm going through, and they're relating to it because my target, is new moms. And whether they're seeing it or whether they're, even though they're not liking it, commenting it, or sharing my stuff, they're seeing it. Their eyes are seeing it. And the reason I know that is because it tells me on my page. And that's kind of the nice thing about having a page, is that you get the analytics behind your posts. And so you know what people like, what people enjoy seeing and reading from you. So that's one of the perks of having a page. But because I'm doing that more often, they're seeing it more often. So you can see how, if you're consistent with the stuff and what you're sharing in your own way, it's going to connect you to the right people. So here's another example of engagement. Allison did one on help, I need some advice with meal planning, which one? And those always get great responses. People love to give their opinion on which one you should do, whether it's a dress or shoes or food or what. And then this is my friend Emma Whaley that I was telling you guys about, the side part or the middle part. And what I loved that both of these girls did here is, like, they explained why. Like, it's not just, hey, which dress should I get? It was like, hey, how do you like my hair? And I'm smiling even though I have this spotty face. She's got like the melasma stuff going on. And so she then went into like more detail about how she's not going to let that get her down, and she has this great life, but she's dealing with this issue too. So she's trying to upswing, is what they call that, turn a negative into a positive. But telling a story, like she was telling a story that other moms are going to relate to, other moms that go through that, are going to feel her love and her shine. Like, she just looks beautiful. I mean, even though she's got that that skin discoloration on her face, she still looks beautiful, and she's still happy-go-lucky on life, and telling her story through a this or that kind of post. So just some good examples for you there. Okay, content. Stories sell. So that leads me into, Emma telling her story with a this or that post. People remember how you made them feel, okay? They're not going to remember what you said about your product, about they're going to remember how you made them feel. So that's where our listen ears become super important, and asking a lot of questions, that invitation process, but even how you made them feel through your post. So if you can get on that level where you're relating to them, and you're not just another salesperson, you're not just another product pusher, and you're not just another coach, you've actually got a story, you've got stuff that relates to them, that value added stuff, whatever it is. If they can relate to you, they'll join you. And then tell your variations often. So keep it, fresh. Don't just always talk about the same, Michael Kors, pocketbook that you want. Talk about fashion in general, all the different variations that make you, that fashionista. And then build trust through consistency, my favorite word, because the more consistent you are, the more they are going to relate and see it. Because again, here's another little not tip, but I don't even know what you would call it, factoid. People, you think that every time you post a transformation on Tuesday, if I were to post my transformation every single Tuesday, you'd think I'd be I'm not going to do that because people are going to get tired of seeing it. But really, not everybody sees it. Maybe only, I don't know, a fraction of the 15,000 people that like my page will see it, this many people. So when you're on your personal page, you think everybody sees your stuff. They don't see it. That's why they're not commenting on it. That, or they're tired of seeing the same stuff, so we got to change it up. But more so than not, it's that they just didn't see it. There's so much stuff going on Facebook right now, so many other things that are getting preference video, that they're not seeing your stuff. So just keep that in mind too. Okay, now the invitations. Now you have to plan your call to action post into this big, content plan that you're going to be creating. Whether it's fill out a form, click message me, join, if you want to join my challenge group, put your email below, but make sure it's a picture of you on these call to action posts, okay? I like to do Sunday nights. I feel like that's a good night to do it. Thursday nights are also a good night for me. That's just what works for me, and I've kind of been monitoring what gets the best limelight, but it may be different for you. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your invitation posts, that it needs to be you. And what I've been doing is tacking it onto my videos, because people already are watching my videos. They're already engaged there. So then I just tack it in. I'm oh, day 24 of, oh crap, I needed to post. Day 4 of, sorry, I'm going to do this really quick. Okay, day 25 of 22-minute hardcore, crushed it. And then lead it into I love the accountability that this workout's giving me, because it holds me accountable to my own goals, but it also holds me accountable as a coach. And then I can lead into coaching and the coaching opportunity. And have you ever considered joining my team? And So you can do that with your posts that get the most traction. Kind of pay attention to that. And I have an assignment for you guys. So let's get into the exercise, and then we can open it up for questions and stuff. But I want you to write down the top 5 interests or hobbies outside of Beachbody, outside of working out, outside of Shakeology, that speak to you. I'm going to keep it simple with 5, because I'm sure there's a ton. But you just have to brain dump everything that you are. So for example, kids might be at travel, chocolate, or wine. I have my wine glass over here. Running, fashion. So we'll just use those as an example. Then you have to expand on each topic to make subtopics, because you're going to be talking, these are your value added things. So how can you go, how would you go live about travel? Or how would you go live, and what would you say about chocolate? Well, you could say, I make chocolate Shakeology balls. I make chocolate pudding out of Shakeology. Or I portion control. Or you see the point. So for kids, for example, you'd say, maybe talking about the kids' sporting events and how your husband and you have to tackle it because you have 3 kids in every which direction. Maybe it's like kids' style, kids' fashion. Pinterest has a lot of that kind of stuff. Kid crafts, cooking with the kids. You get it. So then you just kind of tear it down and you know, make different subtopics on what you can talk about. And because you're on this call, I'm not going to share this with anyone else until they watch the webinar. If they watch the webinar, they get access to it. But I have some brain dumps. I made some brain dump stuff that I got from somebody. And this is like everything you can imagine, that you could sit here and just say, okay, do you like traveling to a city? Do you like ask your audience about, you know, different topics? Oops, I had some other ones. There's like a whole list of them. Hair teasing tips, how to get 10-minute Victoria's Secret hair. So these are like different subtopics that you could go into detail about if you were like the fashionista, the eyebrow tutorial, how to apply false lashes, how to accessorize your home, how to accessorize your outfits, how to find the right bra. And so take out the, I guess, assumption that you have to always be talking about health and fitness on this journey, because you don't. Like, you absolutely don't. I talk about breastfeeding all the time, and that has nothing to do with health and fitness, except that you burn calories doing it. You don't have to talk about that. You could, if you love like going bargain shopping at TJ Maxx, or antique shopping is the one I was thinking of, or the upselling stuff, like fixer-upper stuff. If you love doing that, make that your thing. Like, do it. Like that is what people want to see, that you're a real person and you're more than just this health and fitness stuff. So so figure out what it is that makes you different, and then brain dump it. And so I'll share all these with you, all that are on the call, but there's some really good ones in here, like how to get out of debt, what spices and seasonings do you use, how to organize your refrigerator, feng shui, how to arrange flowers, like all these cool things. So I will share that with you guys. But yeah, that's my little, I say little, that's my little tidbit on content and how it is queen, but consistency and actually doing it every single day, coming up with a plan and following through with that plan is king. That's what's going to really connect you with people, which is going to give you people to invite to, which is going to build your team, build your challenge groups, and help you grow your business. So, okay, I am going to stop sharing, and I will stop the recording.